What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 33 different altcoins in this video. 33 different altcoins at the request of you, the viewers, people who've left requests on the comment section or in the Discord. We're doing this video for you today. I do request videos 3 days a week. This is not the only request video I will be doing today. The rest of them actually today will likely be requests. Some merit their own videos and some are just not crypto. So these are all the crypto requests. I've got more than just this, but if you have any requests going forward, if you're new to the channel, you don't know, you're unaware of how to leave requests, just leave it in the comments. Easy peasy, you know, and I will see it. I do read every single comment, good and bad, and I do reply to all the comments too. So I will say, and I'll say like I got you, or absolutely, or like whatever, you know. I'll do the requests that you have. For anybody that's wondering, for these 33 requests, I will be leaving timestamps in the description. If you just watch the video, if you scroll down a little bit, you click the description, there will be various timestamps. There should be 33 of them with 33 different tickers next to them, the acronyms for the coins. So you can just go ahead and flip through that if you want to click on the coins that you prefer to watch. I do encourage everybody to watch this video from start to finish because that just helps with viewer duration, and whenever I get longer duration, that does push the video out to more people to see. So the longer you guys watch it, the more likely it'll be seen by people who've never seen this before. On that note, hit the like button and subscribe. Share this to anybody who might like this kind of stuff, and let's get started. So we're going to go over the list right now. This is the list. It's Prime, then TVB24, REN, DYDX, SwiftCoin, MU, XCN, Fetch.ai, ICP, MYRO, PEPE 0x69, JASMY, DGB, Zilliqa, BTRU, WGC, Book of Memes, MVP, WOJAK, OMG, XOR, Stacks, Cadena, BONK, PEPE, ONDO, KARRAT, ORCA, Render, Andy, GALA Games, Nakamoto Games, and to finish it up, we're going to do AXL. I will be giving shout outs as I go through. If you don't hear your name being shouting out. If I don't give you a shout out, it's not because I don't love you, it's not because I have something against you, and it's definitely not because I didn't see your comment. It's because you requested this after somebody else did. I do prioritize the Discord, so I go through, you know, the first like 10 requests are probably all from the Discord. If you are either first to request something or you're on the Discord and you're the first to request something, you're the one that gets the shout out. I've stopped going through and giving shout outs to every single person that requests something because this intro's already gone on long enough. We'll be here for 30 minutes before we actually get started. So being that there are 33 coins, let's get started. I'm going to try to spend no more than a minute or two on each one, and if I can spend less time, I will. Some of these will merit more time. They will need more time, where some of them will be easier to go through. So anyways, hit that like button, subscribe to see more from me, and let's get started here. So looking at this on the daily for Prime, I can already tell you I like the RSI structure a lot. I like what you're doing with the price as well. I do think you're going to move up higher. I think you're just being held down by this relative area of resistance, which used to be support. Surprise, surprise, but going down no longer. Nice double bottom. I think you're going to move your way up. Where are you going to go? What's your next target? Oh, I'll pause the music too, in case that's annoying for anybody. We're at the 618 now. No, we're not. I'm sorry. That's the white line I drew. We're at the 0.5 now, looking like we probably would want to go to the 618. But once we break into this zone, I would expect we actually go through it. You probably do hit your 786 or 886 on this first pass. You might not even find resistance at the 618, but I'm going to give it. I don't normally call for prices beyond the 618, especially on the first interaction, of which this would be, but I'm going to call for $24 to $26. You're at $19 now, and that'll probably happen over the coming days, coming weeks. Sometime in June is what I would think. You'll be at $24 to $26. Could you be higher than that by the end of June? Absolutely. But for now, that's where I see you going. And inevitably, yes, assuming that you do actually break through this on your first attempt, and I kind of would assume that you break through this zone, the 618, 69 zone on your first attempt, that would give you the green light for higher prices at $34 to $45 even. And that could be achieved at various points in June, probably, you know, in the later part of June, if not July. But all in all, your next area, 24 to 26, I think it's looking like it wants to go up. So that's Prime. Let's talk about TVB24 is the request. and this is for the Unleavened Baptist. The first one was at the request of Techie Gratis. Techie Gratis. I don't know if I pronounced that right, my friend, but I think you said Dex Tools, but let's just go ahead and see if we can find it here. TVB24 for the Unleavened Baptist. TVB24, baby. Temp versus Bowden. Okay, Tremp versus Bowden. Another one of those Politify coins. Politify, man, that's such a great word for just meme coins that are based on political memes. Yeah, this one looks brand new. Looks like it's decaying in volume, hanging on to this high point of price, which I don't know if that's good because you're hanging on to it, but you're not going anywhere. I don't know if that's good. I don't want to buy this. I don't want to recommend anybody buy this. I think that it's too new to say. It is a political meme coin, so who knows, it could just do phenomenal things in a short amount of time. But for what it is right now, I might say wait. I might say wait and see what you do. You know, if you can hold a higher low than this on this next move down, and I do think you'll get a move down, then cool. If not, you might break down and you might go lower. Let's look at the RSI, see if we can throw it on there. At this rate, guys, this video will not be done for 3 hours. The daily RSI doesn't look bad, but it's brand new. 4 hour doesn't look bad either, so I mean, might give it up there. I just don't like the lack in volume, but I mean, you're consolidating. I guess it's okay. I don't know. You're at 303,663 right now. I'm going to assume that you do see a standard retracement of this low to high here, which would put you already went to the 0.5. I mean, maybe just pull back to 3031. You're at 3036 now. Maybe you go all the way back to 3026, something like that. I do think you'll find another low, but perhaps you are getting ready to break out. I don't know. On the 4 hour and shorter, smaller term time frames, I would think that you're looking like you want to go down, but on the daily, that RSI's got a nice bounce on the 50, and you are hanging toward these highs. I mean, you know, it's not good to just hang out here for forever and then not go. I mean, you'll probably dump off, but it is such a new chart. It's been up here for about a week and a half now, but that's really not too long. Maybe you do actually break out to the upside. I'm going to assume you go up higher. So with that assumption, complete assumption here, because this is such a new chart, who really knows? I'm going to guess you're going to go to 30538 to 2012. Yes, 2012 is a target that you could see over the coming weeks, over the next 2 weeks, man. I think it's going to go higher. That's that. I've all that nonsense to say I do think it's going to go higher. Unleavened Baptist. All right, REN for sore thumbs. We're talking about REN for sore thumbs. Looking at it here. Nice kind of accumulation phase, right? You sold off in your bear market and then rounded out. Nice. You're coming to the end of this, man. You're definitely coming to the end of this accumulation, but you've been in this for a while, right? I think you're in good shape. I think your weekly RSI looks fine. You're probably getting to that exciting part. Whenever you get to this overbought area again, I would think that is the catalyst that sends you above this 123 weekly moving average here. Once you get above that, it's going to be time to go to the upside. You're at about 7.18 cents. Let's call it 7.2 cents right now from the relative high to the relative low. Yeah, man, your next target's at 15.5 cents, and then beyond, likely the 61869 area at about 35 to 44 cents sometime later this year. Maybe not in the coming weeks or months. I mean, it could be months, but not in the coming weeks. In the coming weeks, I would expect that you do climb higher. Let's look, maybe at some point in June we can talk about you being at about 15.5%. So that's actually a nice little increase over the next month or so. Probably in a short amount of time. The daily looks fine, looks cocked and ready to go to the upside. I like the 4 hour. Yeah, if you go down from here, it's not going to be by much. I think you are on the path to over 100% gains from here in a relatively short amount of time. So good job on REN, looking good. DYDX for mischiefism. DYDX, man. I wonder, maybe we can just look at the market cap of it. No, we'll do this on crypto. DYDX. What is DYDX? Is it even a... I feel like I should know. L1 token for DYDX chain. Maybe that's why it sounds familiar. I don't know, man. I feel like I should know this. I almost half expected to see an index, but when I was pulling it up earlier, I saw it was a crypto, so I'm like, oh, okay. High to low, looking good, honestly, actually, looking pretty good. Not respecting that 236 too much, but you are. I mean, you tipped it for support, tipped it for resistance. You've definitely shown respect. I think you're being constructive, not in the most traditional manner by any means, but as far as the fibs go. But as far as price action goes, yes, you're getting higher highs and higher lows. You're looking good. You're not even getting oversold, but you have no problem being overbought. That's cool. Yeah, I think you found your low. I think that is your low. You could go lower from here, but inevitably I do think you move higher. You'll probably move up to about $5.30. You're at $2 now, and that could happen, I mean, sometime by the end of the summer. I don't know how long it would take, but that's the weekly. It looks like you like to move up fast when you do move. Let's look at the daily. Daily's looking ready to rip, man. That's a constructive-looking RSI, ready to pop. Yeah. You're going to see a standard retracement of this move at least to the 618. So you're at $2.05. I'd bet you move up at least $1 from here. But if you have a positive interaction with that $3 to $3.05 area, as in like if you could just bust through that on your first attempt, you would likely see $6 to $8.50, no problem. That 1618 golden extension off of this move hits the golden ratio. That's what these two white lines are of the overall high to low that you have here from your all-time high to all-time low. So that might be a target more so over the months to come, whereas this $6 target you really could see by the end of June. If not by the end of June, by the end of summer, I would assume that you'd be somewhere around this price, but who knows? We'll see. All that to say, over the coming days, coming weeks, I very much would assume anywhere between about $3.05 to potentially $6. Let's see how you do with that $3.05 zone, but I do think soon, very, very soon, you're about to see a nice move up to here. Let's see how you do with that. Just because you reject doesn't mean you can't go up this high, but if you break through it on the first attempt, that would put things a little bit earlier. That'd make things a little bit more likely to happen in a shorter amount of time. DYDX looking good, looking like it wants to move up a solid little bit there. For mischiefism. Swift coin is the next one for Cinemex. It's not Cinemax, Cinemex. Swift coin kissing the 123 moving average there. Coincidence? Maybe. It doesn't look like it respects it too often. The daily is often respected in a lot of charts, so the fact that you're showing respect on it now for like really the first time ever, I'm not going to say that you are respecting it. It might just be coincidence, but daily RSI looks fine. Weak for sure, weaker posturing, but neutral at the same time as you do have this kind of neutral posturing. The fact that you haven't rejected down from your 50 as you did the previous two times, you're still hanging up above the 40. I do like that. I feel like where this low should have sent, or this lower high should have sent you to a lower low, it didn't, and you've just been moving sideways, kind of standing your ground. So I think the Bulls might be ready to take the ball out of the Bears' hands on this one. Let's say 0.0066 to 0.00816. Those are your targets for now. Over the coming days, weeks, probably weeks. All in all, it looks like a nice bull flag. I mean, you'll probably continue higher up to a cent and a half. Beyond that, like genuinely, I have no problems with seeing this thing go beyond that. Swift coin, it's ready, guys. It's ready. For all the Swift coin holders out there, I know you guys are adamant about this coin. This is one of those coins. A lot of cryptos have very faithful followers. I know this one definitely does. You guys are about to be rewarded, I think. So you've been hovering at this little local high point from the Coinbase listing week, I should say. Lower low on your weekly RSI while maintaining an overall bullish posturing in the RSI itself. Higher lows in price, lower lows in the RSI, hidden bullish divergence. That's the perfect storm to continue. Swift coin, what's it worth right now, you guys? This actually might be a good... there's some other ones that I think will grow more in a shorter amount of time, but this one is one of those that I'm like, I feel safer calling for it to go high. Like I'm fairly confident. It's only a $40 million. Man, maybe I should buy some of this. I'm looking to buy some coins right now, guys, and I keep going back and forth on some things. Should I put it in memes? Because memes are hot right now. You know, should I diversify in some memes, or should I just try and do a long-term hold? This would be a good one to get in now. Now it's a good time to get in for a long-term hold. Not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but for the cycle, if you're planning on holding for the cycle, these are prime prices. You're at the low of this consolidation range. After it sees a week like this, don't ask me, is it a good time to get in when you see a 100% week within the next month? Or maybe it's not 100% week, but overall 100% or more in the month. I do think by the end of June, this thing would be significantly higher than it is now. If not by the end of June, certainly by the end of the summer, but I think June's actually going to be a bullish month for crypto. This is a good one. It looks good. I got to say, I like the structure of it. I like everything about it. You know, I've looked into the coin itself, and I do. I think it's going to be boring. It's the best call to make is it's probably going to move sideways. But when it does want to move up, it's going to see some decent price targets in between about 1.1 cents to 1.5, 1.6 cents. Yeah, 1.1 to 1.5 cents, somewhere in that area. And absolutely, I think you're going to go beyond that. You're at not even a half cent now. So that's even to the minimum target. That's over a 100% growth. And I just think once this breaks out, guys, it's going to be phenomenal. In a day's time, you've seen a 98% growth. This is the daily. And it wasn't even the way to look at this is here was your daily open, right? And then you closed here, you went 98%, but at the highest point of that day, you were actually up 150%. The next day you opened and you moved up, you came all the way down to closure day, but you actually moved up in the course of like probably less than a 48-hour period, you moved up 193%. So this thing can move in a very, very short amount of time when it wants to. And I would expect after consolidating like this with just this low of volume, whenever the volume comes in, you're gonna get an explosive move. It might be like this. It might be bigger. It might be like these, and it might just march its way up there. You know, you never know. But this is probably for anybody looking to get into Swiftcoin. If you're going back and forth on it, don't take your time, because this thing it's ready to move up. It's definitely ready to move up, I think so. I'm gonna pull the ribbon on it real quick. It's flipped to the downside, which whatever, but kind of wasn't expecting that. But it's been consolidating for a little while. I don't know. I think it's gonna move up, guys. Swiftcoin. MU for the Black Mamba. MU Moo coin. We're talking about some Moo coin. MU. Speaking of coins that are moving up, hey, that's nice. This is one meme coin that I do hold, man, and I was thinking about buying more. It's up 32% today. Isn't that great? MU. I didn't buy more. That's why it's up 32% today, right? Let's see. That's not a lot of volume there, Black Mamba. For anybody curious to invest in MU, I would say no. We're not even actually going to do analysis on this coin, because if you can't even muster like $100,000 or like tens of thousands of dollars in a 24-hour period, like even that's low. We're degenning at that point. But dude, come on, what, you're gonna put $5 in here, and then throughout the day, like maybe you can get out at whatever? Like it's no, this isn't what we're talking about. I'm sorry. Black Mamba, we're gonna nix this one, buddy. I'm sorry. If this isn't the right coin, if I'm wrong, please inform me. But I mean, maybe we can do this real quick. Maybe it looks to be it's the same one. Yeah, this is the exact same one, man. No volume. Let's see. We have 5 days, 22 hours left in this week. What did we get last week? We had a whole week's worth of price action. I mean, 15,000 in a week for a small thing. I mean, it's only got at a 4-cent value. That's not a lot of volume, man. I would stay away from this. To be fair, though, with the chart, it's probably at a low point. But hey, if you put $1,000 in this thing, it'll be at new all-time highs. So then you'll try to get out, and you won't be able to get out. So even though your portfolio will go up in percentage, did it really? Because nobody will be buying this from you. But I would stay away. This looks like trash. XCM. Black Mamba, if that's your special coin, I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to diss anybody. I just give you guys my genuine opinions, right? I just share the facts, at least, or most of it's actually my opinion, but my opinion is that is absolute trash. Stay away from that coin. Onyx coin, right here, baby. 382, 236 area. A lot of these coins are doing that right now, aren't they? From their local like macro highs. Let's see here. also for Black Mamba. High to low, I like it, man. I really do. I think we're about to get our next leg up. I'm going to go back out to the weekly here. I think right now what we're in the middle is like we're at the bottom just as we were here. A little bit of a different look, but I would think that this next move up will be similar. We'll march up, or we'll march up and then blow off top up, you know, something like that. High to low. The 1272 is at 0.006, let's say, to 0.0085, somewhere in that range. Potentially even higher. We could see the 2272, which does line up very well with this previous high area up here, this little like checkpoint before we just sold off really massively. XCN over the weeks, over the months, we'll see a 200, 300, maybe even a 700% growth. I would think by the end of this summer, it's very possible to even be at these prices. But in the more immediate term, it's kind of the same thing as, which one was it, man? Was it Swiftcoin? I don't know. I feel the most comfortable saying it's going to move sideways. It's just going to move sideways. It's going to be boring until it's not. I would expect that within the next 2 weeks we will get that move. It's probably going to happen this week, man, honestly. It's probably going to happen this week. But if not, sometime within the next 2 weeks, I bet we get our move, and it'll be to the upside. If we get a move down, I bet it's a false move. It might be a double bottom. It might just be a quick little shakeout, reload for people to get in and send this thing higher. But if we move down, it'll be by trivial amounts, whereas I think the upside has a lot more potential. I genuinely believe that's the low, and I think this thing's moving higher. So where's the next targets to go? Assuming that you're going to see a move soon, probably 0.003 to 0.00322. And then once we break above 0.004, essentially, we can look to that 0.006 to 0.0085 area, and that's all I got for XCN. So XCN, that's also a coin that I hold personally. I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to do very well this cycle, you guys. This coin, low market cap, kind of at the bottom of its consolidation area, also a good one. If you're wanting to get in, man, this is a kind of a last call to get in at these prices. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I am trying to buy some more cryptos before this next move up happens, and XCN is definitely one of those coins that I keep going back and forth on. It's just, do I add more to the coins that I already hold, or do I diversify? Something about diversifying just sounds sweeter, but it's like if you've already got gems picked out, there's nothing wrong with adding to it too. Keep it simple, but I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a personal conversation. I don't know why I'm having it here. You know, that's what, when people come on and they're like, what should I do with this? What should I do with that? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know you. I don't know how you're going to treat the information I give you. I could tell you, don't sell it. It looks fine. It's going to be fine. And then it dumps 20% the next day and you panic because you're like, it was supposed to be fine. I'm going to sell. But then a month goes by and it recovers and it's actually up 100%, you know, so it was fine in retrospect. But me saying don't sell doesn't mean it's not going to go down. Me saying I would buy it doesn't mean that it's not going to go down, right? That, like, anything can happen. And all I'm trying to get at is people coming to me asking me like what they should do with their money. I'm like, I'm not a financial advisor for one, but I don't know, man. I don't know any of you well enough to even give you a clue as to what you should do with your money. You're the person in charge of your money. I would hope you know what to do with it. And if you don't know what to do with it, pick some safe calls, put your money in there, and just enjoy the ride up. Don't touch it. Don't worry about it. Just sleep on it. It'd be best if you just forget it's there. For anybody who's new to crypto this cycle, this is specifically for you, okay? And if you're a degen trader that you've been doing this already, this isn't your first crypto cycle, but you still lose money, this is for you too. Just put your money in to something that you're certain of, more or less. Not a random like $10 million market cap coin or $100 million market cap coin. Choose something that's near $1 billion, if not over $1 billion. Get a large bit of it for your portfolio and just hold it for the whole cycle. Don't even touch it. Even when you expect sell-offs to come, don't even touch it, man. You will do the best if you just buy and hold. But that's a whole tangent for another time. This video is going to take forever, man. Fetch.ai. We're talking about this one now. For unlawful law. We're going to talk about ICP for you as well. So Fetch.ai, yes, consolidating a little bit here. We're going to use a different chart because Coinbase doesn't have all the history that we want. New all-time highs, yeah. You're already at new all-time highs. That's great. You've been here since March, yeah. High to low. One of the few coins that's already seen new all-time highs. Yeah, beautiful. Dude, this is so good. You guys, when you it's very common, okay? It's very, very, very common to reject your 1272. 1272, 1618, this whole area, it's very common to find resistance there. And it's common enough to do what you're doing now, but this is an ideal situation. When you find resistance here, but you just don't give any ground. You don't go back to the 100. You don't go back to the 886, which, by the way, that would be a very bullish setup too. You wouldn't be showing weakness by going down there, but you couldn't even, you're not even weak enough to go down there. You're hovering above the 1272 like this. I genuinely think you're going to your 1618. You might even be going past that. So fetch, you're at 226. $2.26 right now. I genuinely think within this month of May, or the month of June, very soon, right? June, if not sometime in July, you're going to be up at $9. You're at 226 right now. What? That's what makes sense on the price, but what is the market cap for this thing, man? So high already, 5.6, dude. You're going to be worth tens of billions in less than 2 months' time? Is that what I'm calling for? That's what I'm calling for. I'm just looking at the chart, man. I'm not being biased toward the market cap or anything. It's nothing crazy. I mean, it is kind of crazy, but it's nothing that can't be seen. I think it's going higher. I really do. I want to look at the RSI. The weekly RSI looks so good. The daily RSI looks so good. I think you're going higher. We'll see you. I mean, all in all, man, for like the short-term time frame, it looks like you're consolidating, so you'll probably just move back up to this high point, come down, move back up, come down, and then whenever you run out of room, you're just going to pop. But you'll probably, in the immediate term, move up to about 255 to 270, and then in a week or two, or a little bit more or a little bit less, you're going to break out and you're going to see a move. You're going to start moving up to about $9 there. Fetch.ai. This is one of those coins that if you're new or you're really bad at trading, this would be a good one to just buy and hold, probably, if not for the whole cycle, at least for the summer. This one looks good, man. It looks pretty damn good, actually. Good choice, Unlawful Law. I think that one looks really good. Even if it's boring, guys, even if it's boring for the next 2 weeks, I think the next 2 months will be very exciting. And if it happens sooner than that, cool. I love making a call and then being wrong about the time frame, but not about the price, right? That's always good. If it happens earlier than expected, that's always good. Unless you didn't load up, then you're just kind of sad. It's like it did exactly what you thought it would do, but without you. That's the worst, man. That is the worst. 1244. That's your price on ICP. Yeah, you're consolidating as well, man. You're gonna move. I think very similar to what I've said on a few of these. You're going to be boring. I bet your next move does take you above this high, probably up toward this high. So you're probably going to go anywhere, I would say, just looking at the price, between about $17.20 to $15.70, somewhere in that range. And let's just see if the local fibs would line up with that. $15.20 to $17.50, right? Or was it $15.70? Maybe is what I said, actually. 1520 is actually your 1618 there. But the 1272 is at about 1680, the 2272, I'm sorry, and the 2618 is at 1780. So anything and everything in between, I'd say 1524 to 1782, fair game. Yeah, I think so. Anybody that watches my videos who's like, how come sometimes he talks about the 1272 to the 1618, and then other times he just skips past that and goes deeper? Whenever I use smaller fib scales, right, like this anchor point here, if you can't tell, it's from that high to that low. It's a lot smaller than talking about like this high to this low, right? It's a different range. With smaller ranges, you're more likely to see those deeper extensions being hit, at least in a shorter amount of time. In time, these deeper extensions could be hit too for ICP, but just being that we're on the daily, I think these would be the more appropriate targets to look at. But I'm not even looking at that until you look like you want to break out of this, which I don't think you do. I think you just look like you want to move up to the next level, which is going to be essentially between $15.50 and $18, somewhere around there. So ICP looking like it wants to move up. I doubt it moves lower from here. If it moves lower, it's going to be by a very small amount, but all in all, up probably above this high, and then probably down, and then up, and then down, and then up, and then one day you'll break out, maybe in 2 months from now, maybe in 2 weeks from now, but probably not this week. That's ICP. Unlawful Law, one last shout out to you. We're going to talk about MYRO, MYRO, for the determined. MYRO on MEXC. Do we have it on KuCoin? Yeah, I like KuCoin. But MEXC has more history. That could be important because this is such a new chart, but it might not be also because I guess that versus that, it's not that significant. Maybe we can use KuCoin. I like your daily RSI, really productive daily RSI. I don't like how hot you are while still not meriting higher highs. I don't like that, but the overall kind of movement you're doing right now looks good. Yeah, you probably move down from here. You probably do. You're at about 25 to 28 cents. You're in that range, right, where this golden ratio is. Previous high area resistance areas, previous resistance area here as well. You probably do move down. I wouldn't be surprised if you went down to about 21.3 cents, if not down to about 18 cents itself, somewhere in this area. Find support, and then you'll make your next move up. It'll be a higher low, but you're probably going to move down over the coming days, and then you'll find your low between 21, I'll say 21.5 cents to 17.9 cents, somewhere in there. That's MYRO. If you go a little bit lower than that, that's okay. But I would really like to see you not close below. I think that's like 17.9. I think it is, or 17.8, whatever. These previous areas of resistance are. Just don't close below there. You can wick below there, but don't close below there. You might not even go that low. You really could hold the green line at about 21.5 cents as well, but 21.5 cents, somewhere down there. I think you're moving down nonetheless. That's my thoughts. Let's look at the 4-hour bearish divergence, and look, the divergence started right high, lower high here, high, higher high. The divergence started back here at about 23 cents. I would think you would go to that 21 cent. That really could be the area that you hold support. Hope that helps determined. If you're looking to buy, it might be good to wait like a week, maybe just a few days, however long it takes. If I was looking to buy this thing, I'd probably start looking to buy once you get below these resistance points here. Yes, I think the price is going to go here or here, but if you know me, if you've been watching the channel, it's not in me to try and catch the absolute low, because there are oftentimes, plenty of times, guys, that I call for low prices. If you've been watching the channel, especially over the past few months, you know I can call for a price that's low, and instead we go here, right? We go there, and that might make sense for various reasons, but by the time we get there, that makes sense, and then we just pop off from there. So just because I have targets down here or even here, I would probably starting to buy at this point of resistance, because then you're in this like whole area of where like a bunch of orders went through, some trading went through, consolidation. So I think if this was a coin I was interested in buying, I wouldn't buy all at once, but I would buy some here and layer it down until here, and then if you get lucky and you get to go down here, have a little bit saved up for that, but you never know what's going to happen. But none of that's financial advice. That's just literally what I would do, in case anybody's interested in that one. PEPE, not PEPE, it's PEPE 0x something, right? PEPE 0x69. Is it Pulse? Is it a Pulse X coin? Is that why? And it said on base. This one's for fly time. All right, let me check. Hold on. Hold up, y'all. Where are we at here? On base, fly time. Yeah, I got you, bud. No contract. Wasn't there one? I don't have, yeah. Unleavened Baptist gave me the contract for his, but I don't know if this is the right one. This one's on base, and it's blue. It's blue PEPE. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this real quick. This is where, when we're doing weird ones, guys, if you could just help me a little bit, that would be cool too. So this is it. Oh, hey, that's literally, I guess you did it as perfectly as you could with that one. Fly time. That is a very descriptive description there. $13 million market cap. Price is at 703. It doesn't say the market cap, but 703. That's it, buddy. So we're doing this one here. All right. Blue PEPE. Brand new, a lot of volume at the top. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't want to touch it. and I don't want any of you to touch it. But if you happen to touch it, if this is something that you'd like to get your hands on, I would say wait until 70112, if not at least 70175. You're at 703 right now. So likely, in my opinion, seeing as you went from the 382 to the 236 and back down to the 382, I don't think you're going to stop here. I would think at least a 42% drop to potentially a 63% drop is coming over the coming days. This is on the daily, so I think it will come. On the bright side, that's a higher low. It's an opportunity to get in at lower prices and then fuel up for higher prices. Absolutely, I think it could go higher, but just in the meantime, I do think it goes down. So if you're looking to buy this one, I would say maybe a little bit of patience would pay off. If you're not patient or you bought in up here, it might not be time to sell because you really never know with these things. It could see a double top before it goes down. It could break out to new highs. It could see a slightly higher high and then go down. What happens if you bought up here, you sell down here at the bottom of the range, it does something like this, you're going to be emotional and sell or buy up here. If you're emotional to sell up here because you hear it's going down, you're going to be as emotional as hell to buy up there, that's for sure. So for anybody, I feel like I give a little pep talk on all these as I'm going through just because I don't want people to get wrecked here, man. But none of this financial advice again, but I would say if you bought up here, I would just be patient, right? Maybe buy some more down there. Be patient; it'll come back. If you're looking to buy, I would definitely not buy here. I don't think I would sell here, right? You missed the ideal areas to sell, but I do think that I do very much believe it'll go down. You'll probably find a higher low and then go up from there. Do with that with what you want, but I don't know. I was trying to offer some insight as to why I just wouldn't sell. If I'm making the play on this thing, if I want to, hopefully I don't have a lot of money that I even care about in this, right, because it's a random meme coin, but I would probably just let it ride or die, and then if it goes lower, maybe buy more, and certainly I would not sell for a loss. I would only sell for a gain, but that's just my approach to that. And again, only because I'm assuming you wouldn't put money that you actually care about in something like that, right? If you are, that's a different conversation. Okay, JASMY at new session highs here. Nice to see. Lovely, beautiful. Yes, we did that yesterday with decent volume too. Nice move, breaking out. I think so. I think you're breaking out. You look good, JASMY. You need to continue though. You're in a place right now, man. You broke out on all fronts where you need to continue today, tomorrow, the next. Like we need to see continuation right now. 3.23 cents, 3.9 cents, that's coming today, tomorrow, this week, next week, it's coming, right? You're at 2.6 cents now. I'm saying 3.23 to 3.96 cents and higher. That's happening right now. We're in the midst of that move. If not, that's going to be a problem. If not, that's a problem. If this is a fake out, if you don't get continuation, that's bad. But I think being that you have 5 days, 21 hours left in this week, I'm not worried about this week at all. I think you will end up with this week somewhere around about a cent higher or a half a cent higher than you are now, a little bit more than half a cent higher, if not potentially just over a cent higher. Yeah, somewhere in that range. And that's kind of where you had resistance before, where you had support before, kind of right there at the 618, right? So that makes sense to me, yeah. 3.23 to 3.96 cents. That's where I think you're going, JASMY. Looking good. I like the weekly RSI. I like the daily. I like the 4 hour. Looks good. Yeah, it all looks good. You need to keep going. Don't stop here. Don't do that. If you stop here for a day, okay, but even that, just don't. You want to get going right now. Okay, so do that. Definitely do that. DGB, being that it's JASMY, I do have faith that it will probably continue up in a very short amount of time, which is what we want to see. So DGB, Digibyte, sitting at about 1.14 cents right now. Accumulation phase, kind of finding support in the midst of this accumulation phase, aren't you? If you look at the relative low here to the high, yeah, like literally right at the 0.5 there. Previous areas of resistance as well. I like the weekly RSI. I don't like the way the price action looks. It's kind of weird, but that's okay. It's kind of a low liquidity coin anyways right now. Daily looks fine. Yeah, I think you're looking like you want to move up as well. So this one is at the request of Media Aldea. Same with JASMY. And same with Silica. for Media Aldea. I just want to see what you look like at 1.66 cents. You're at 1.14, so go to 1.66. Break above that. Really, once you get above 2 cents, then it's on to about 3 cents or higher. But for right now, you'll probably see a breakout over the coming weeks. Will it be today? Maybe, maybe not. Will it be next week? Maybe, maybe not. But over the next 2 weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if you started moving up. Probably to this zone. You could interact with it, like have a rejection and then come up. You know, you could just break straight through it. But I want to see what you do with that 1.66, 1.76 cent area. That's the next area of attack. So watch for that. I think it's going up. DGB. Zilica from Media Aldea. Let's see here. I think same thing. It's probably found its low. I like the daily RSI a lot. I think it looks very productive. Yeah, your next target's probably going to be 3.33 cents to 3.5 cents, somewhere around there. Again, over the coming weeks, sometime in June. Wouldn't surprise me. When you break above 4.12 cents, 4.12 cents, when you break above there, you're looking like you want to go to 5.5, 7.5, beyond that. Like you're going to see the move that breaks you out of this accumulation range. So 4.12 cents is an area to watch for sure. But the more immediate target is 3.33 to 3.5 cents. That's what I got for Zilica. Let's move on from there to BTRU. BTRU, Biblical Truth, and that is at the request of the faithful citizen, none other than, I wonder if we've got it here, BTRU, maybe, yeah, we'll just use this one. Actually, I want to make sure that was the most volume. Yes, it looks like that's the most volume, right? This is low volume, but man, that other one, that MU Black Mamba, that's like less than $50 in volume. Like this, I would stay away from this even, man. Like, and this has dramatically more volume than that MU coin did. Stay away, faithful citizen. You know, it might. I know you might like the name, and it might have something to it. It is a new coin, so maybe it is the next big thing since applesauce. You know, but it is very new. It's very low liquidity. If you put in any serious money, you're going to be the reason it pumps, and you won't be able to get out, because if you try to get out, you'll also be the reason it dumps. So if anybody's trying to get in on this, maybe a little bit of cash, you know, for funsies. But like when I say a little bit, I mean like $10. Like maybe if you're putting in like thousands of dollars, even hundreds, you're probably going to have a hard time, because BTRU 24 hour, I mean, that's not a lot of volume, man. It really is not a lot of volume at all. Yeah, it probably moves up from here. Best guess. I could be wrong. It's a weird chart. I think you move up higher, though. You found support right on your 618. Looking like you want to go, you're at 5064 right now. Looking like you want to rip to 5086, maybe even all the way up to 401. Yep, those are your targets. Hope that helps, faithful citizen. WGC Wild Goat Coin. Wild Goat Coin. At the request of Matt Mac. Matt Mac, we're talking about this one for you. WGC. Very low on the volume, yeah. And Matt Mac, you said old. You gave me the parentheses. You said old, but if I type in old, it's not the Wild Goat Coin. Or if I type in Wild Goat Coin, so I don't know what you meant by old, but if I'm getting it wrong, help me out here. But very low liquidity. I would stay away from this one, you guys. I wouldn't put my money in this one personally. I wouldn't recommend that any of you do either. Yeah, stay away from it. I have no interest in this at all. Hopefully this is the wrong one, but this, just stay away. Not even worth talking about it, honestly. Unfortunately. So there's that. Book of Memes now. BOME, Book of Memes. This is one that I feel like I've got a decent track record with. Let's see. Nope, you don't type the USD on DEX Screener. Well, I can say I'm a little bit disappointed that you didn't drop more. Let's look at what you're doing here. The reason why I'm disappointed is because this thing has about $1 billion market cap. It's got about a $1 billion market cap. And what? It's a meme coin, you guys. It's a meme coin that it came out in March. And it's only had one pump. It was its first 3 days of existence. Since then, it's been very lackluster. Why does this meme coin deserve a $1 billion market cap? You get into meme coins because they're at a $1 million market cap, less than that, $100 million market cap, and they could go to $1 billion or multiple billions. What's this thing got to do now? It's not going to hit $100 billion. What are you're going to invest in a meme coin that's not 100x capable, and you're in crypto? That doesn't sound like a good idea, especially if it had more history to it, like Dogecoin. Okay, that's fair. Out of any meme coin, Dogecoin makes the most sense. Okay, political coins maybe for the time being do as well, but like a coin that's brand new this year, literally hasn't even existed for 6 months, hasn't even existed for a cycle, and it's at $1 billion already. I don't get it. It probably does well. It probably does go up because I think they've got the right marketing or whatever. They probably get suckers to buy it, but this coin genuinely, however high it goes up, you guys, I don't think it's worth getting into because it's not even going to do 100x. And I know that sounds so greedy or just like silly. It's not even going to 100x. Why get into it? It's a meme coin. You get into meme coins to 100x. Why would you get into a meme coin that can't 100x? Or like this thing probably doesn't even do a 50x. You know, like there are other coins that have existed twice as long as this, that have dramatically lower market caps, more chart structure, more of a potential like Cinderella story. This thing's already at the end of the story. Already met Prince Charming, fit the shoe back on her foot, figured out that it was her. Like there's no comeuppance for this thing. It's already had its, but it probably does move up. It probably does. The daily RSI looks really good. It probably does move up. It looks good on the fib structure. It probably does move up. It's at about 1.5 cents now. We'll see you at 4.1 to 6.7 cents over the coming weeks and months. That's my thoughts. It looks like it wants to move up. I just had to give that rant because I feel like this coin, I don't know why, but it's got a lot of hype around it. And it's like, it's already at $1 billion. Like, where's it going to go? It's going to do a 10x. I would love a 10x. I would never be upset about a 10x, but it's not impressive in the meme coin market. It's the book of memes, but it ain't gonna do what memes do. MVP. That was for Young Dade H, by the way. MVP. Shout out to Young Dade H. MVP is for Eric Benes. MVP, MAGA VP. There we go. There's a little bit of volume. That's nice. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's a nice one. That's a good chart, guys. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. This is bad, guys. I'm like, oh, I like this chart. It's been around since February, but I'm like, oh, hey, it's like existed longer. It's got discernible highs and lows, like one of each. The past couple have been rough. 1414 rejected, 100 level supported. Love it. Love to see it. You're going higher. You're at 46 cents now. I don't think you're going to stop at your 1618. I think the 1786 to the 2272 is totally on the table. So let's just say your next move probably takes you to about $1.60 to $4.33. You're at 46 cents now. Even at a minimum, $1.60 is phenomenal. So yeah, you look good. You look like you want to move up. When are you going to move up? I don't know. I mean, it could be sometime this week or next week. I wouldn't assume that you consolidate here forever. Sometime in June, if not even potentially by the end of this month, you could be breaking out. So, and I do think you'll go higher. So that's that. I want to look at the 4-hour real quick. Yeah, I think so, man. I think you look great. I really do. I think if you were to go lower, you would have done it already. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing that because I suppose today you could go lower, but I don't think that you will. So that's MVP looking good, Eric. WOJAK for the man Mug Music himself. Yep. I was making sure that it was Mug Music who requested it because he always does, but I'm like, well, did somebody else request it actually? Am I just assuming? Yeah, buddy, you did a good one yesterday. 72%. Hey. Man, you requested this, I believe, Mug Music like 2 or 3 days ago. If only I talked about it yesterday. Wow. Looking good, bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Might be at your high, and that's okay. You might be. You tipped the 1618, and that's okay. Great way to finish it, man. On some bearish divergence too. You could go higher. The fact, you hit the 1.4. I think you do go higher, man. You could go lower from here first, but I think you're actually probably going to work your way up to about 0.00322, if not at least 0.002. Yeah, and you're at 0.00132 now, so I think you've got higher to go. Let's see how today goes. I think so, though, man. I think you're moving up higher. I don't think you stop here. It would make sense. It really would make sense, but you've already stopped in this area before, had a very bullish reaction at, like, what are you going to do? You're going to go just a little bit lower. It doesn't make sense to me. It would make sense more so to go higher, and then you pull back and consolidate somewhere up higher as well. So, yeah, let's say around 0.002 to 0.00322, somewhere around there. WOJAK looking like it wants to run. WOJAK's got legs, you guys. Good choice on that one, Mug Music. OMG is our next one. OMG for Konstantin Zelev. Konstantin, we're talking about this one for you, my friend. OMG, Omisego on Kraken. Breaking out, having a nice little move there. Maybe we won't use Kraken. We're going to use Kraken because there's nothing else with more volume. Looking like you're breaking out of that consolidation phase there, down at the bottom there. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. I think you're moving up really. I mean, ideally you're at 74 cents right now. Ideally you're in the midst of a move. You're at the very beginning of something that's going to take you up to $1.70 to $2, like literally $1 to $1.25 more than what your current price is right now. And potentially beyond that, like genuinely, I think you are ready to move up higher. We'll see how you do. But right now, I think you're in the midst of a move that'll take you to $1.70 to $2. Let's just see how you do with that, okay? Omisego. It'll take weeks, maybe even months to get there, but that's my genuine opinion. This one was a weird one. XOR for Remy. I had a hard time finding this one, but this one has the most volume, and it says XOR Sora token, so we're going with that. This one is for Remy. Asking if it's in a parabolic phase right now. Being that this is on a daily, I get what you're saying, man. It looks, I hear you. Especially if you're looking at it on the 4 hour, I'm sure it looks very parabolic. But it's so small, it's so new. I don't feel right calling this a parabolic move. I don't think that. I mean, it's a move up. It's recovery is what it is. And where you found resistance, I mean, kind of at an area of support. It's kind of weird back here, but really you did hold this area as support for a while, and then resistance here. Disrespected it for a small amount of time, but definitely found resistance on it continuously since March 22nd, and even right there. So where are you going to go from here? I don't know. Nobody knows. Let's see. Is that the right low? I feel like that would be the right low to take based off of this, but maybe I should take the overall. Maybe I should. At any rate, you hit the 618 for support. That much looks good. If you're holding above that 618, then I think you won't go lower. If you do go below this line, though, we could talk about 4037 to 4022. You're at 4009 now, so that'd be a hefty drop from here, but As long as you're holding this green line at 4065, I think you're okay. I don't like this chart though. I don't like it, but a lot of volume came in for whatever it's worth. I mean, this could be the beginning of something beautiful, but I honestly don't know enough about this. But for now, I would say consolidating. It's probably any move up is going to come down, any move down is going to come up. Unless you break that green line, unless you break 40656, then you're kind of boned. Back to the lows, if not lower. But if you can hold that, then consolidating. I doubt you go above 30155. And I doubt you go below 4065. So that's the best that I can do with that. Probably over the coming what is that? It's on a daily time frame. This will probably, like, over the coming weeks you'll be consolidating. That's my best guess. Now we're talking about stacks, which is it SX? What is stacks? STX. That's right. Stacks at the request of Sake Tauti. High to low, 1886, beautiful hit, 1272. This looks great, man. I think you found your low. If you go lower from here, it's going to be barely. You might interact with that line. You've kind of already interacted with it, but I suppose you could kiss it if you wanted to. Definitely been messing with it for the past couple weeks, just haven't hit it. The way your RSI is postured, I would expect that you do continue going higher. So I think that you will. You're probably going to move up to your next fib level, which is the 2272. You're at $2 now. We'll see you at $6 when this next move is all said and done, and that could be by the end of June, if not sometime in July. I think it's going to happen soon. I really do think you're moving up to $6 very soon. So this one looks good. Good choice there, Sake Tauti. Cadena KDA, that's what it is. Looking like a bit of an inverse head and shoulders, kind of. It's an ugly looking if it is, but 618 being held, I love that. Love to see that. That's great. What about this relative fib? Is it the 1272? Not quite, but that's okay. You don't have to. Daily looks constructive, probably going higher. So let's just see how you look at about $1.20. You're at 83 cents over the coming weeks, maybe sometime in June, right? $1.20 could be where you go. Yeah, let's see how you look around that area. I bet you do. Inevitably $1.50 to $1.65. Will that happen in June though? That remains to be seen. But I do think this $1.20 area is going to happen soon, over the coming weeks. So looking good for the upside. BONK is our next one. Next point of discussion, BONK USD for Mohammed Al-Mensi. Mohammed, you better be watching this one, man. I've talked about this one for you before. I know I have. I know sometimes that you miss the videos, and that's okay. There's a lot of videos, man. And I don't normally make just like a dedicated video per request, right? I normally slam them all together. So, but Mohammed, this one's for you, and we are going to talk about PEPE. I couldn't tell if you requested PEPE, but I'd rather do the request than not do the request if it's there. So we're going to do it. Let's see, relative high to low at your 886, showing respect on your fibs throughout. It wouldn't be crazy if you found a little resistance here. Daily bearish divergence kind of at play. Let's see what you do today. Mohammed, if you could request this one again, I might just have to check in on it tomorrow too, honestly. Depending on how you react to this 886 level, you could go back to your 786, you could go back to your 618. Either way, it's fine, but inevitably I do think you're working your way higher. I just wouldn't be surprised if you found resistance here, and the daily is hinting at that. The 4 hour looks good, but again, let's see how you do today, because who knows, man. In 12 hours, you could be like this, or perhaps you're like this, and at which case maybe we are going down here, but it remains to be seen. At any rate, that would be a higher low, right? That wouldn't be a bad thing to see that. Everybody wants it to just go up, but it wouldn't be a bad thing for it to pull back. Let's look at the two. I mean, I'm not really getting much, but I have a feeling you do find resistance here. But if I'm wrong, today would be the day to prove it and just bust above this 404 area. But time will tell. Even if you go lower, I don't think you'll go too much lower. I guess That is a pretty hefty drop at the lowest potential there. 27% potentially. At least like a 9 to 10% drop from here, if not 27% perhaps. That's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on BONK. That's my best guess, but I will check on that tomorrow because I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong on that, man. PEPE on crack. PEPE on Kraken. PEPE on Kraken. Daily RSI is overbought. Weekly RSI is overbought. You do have bearish divergence, decreasing in volume as you're pumping up. That's not a good idea. That's not a good thing to see. Volume's increasing on the daily, though. That is nice to see. But it has since died off as you're climbing. Yes, you've come to the end of your run, haven't you, PEPE? Yes, sir. Yes, you have. Maybe not. Maybe you move up a little bit more. Maybe. I don't know. That 1414 is not to be trifled with, and a few things have found resistance here. I don't like the volume. 4 hours showing weakness. This candle might be giving it away here. I'm going to call for you to move back to your 1272. 40 is 1438. If you don't hold support there, then you will likely go back down into your retracement zone between about 509 to 401 or lower. But if you can hold support at 1438, if you can hold support there, you're likely going to go up to 402 or beyond. And that would probably be your next kind of like significant high where you consolidate or whatever, but it just depends on what you do, I suppose, with this next move down. Are you going to hold the line right there, or are you going to go down below it? But PEPE, either way, I've got a feeling you are very, if you haven't found the end of this run, you're very near it. So PEPE showing strength where a lot of things weren't yet, but it might be selling off soon, but we'll see. We will see. Time will tell. It looks good. It really does look good. But let's just see how it does. All right, PEPE. ONDO for Donde Pagnier? I don't know. ONDO for you, my friend. ONDO Finance. I feel like ONDO's been around longer than that, hasn't it? Have they just not had their token available? I swear I've heard of ONDO before this cycle. Maybe they just didn't have their own token? I don't, it doesn't make sense to me. ONDO. Yeah, I guess they just didn't have their own coin. I swear I've heard of ONDO though before this cycle. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I'm not thinking of ONDO, in case anybody's thinking that. For Donde, I'm just going to say for Donde. Donde, I don't know. I think you're going down. I believe you're going to go to about $1.06, if not to around 98 cents. Between 98 cents and $1.06, somewhere around there, you find support, and then you'll make your next move up. That's my thoughts on ONDO. KARRAT for Jonathan Grover. Maybe it's Jonathan Grover. I don't know. Looks like it could be Jonathan Grover. But let's see. KARRAT. On KuCoin, on Coinbase, I suppose it's the same. So we'll use Coinbase with more volume. Daily, it's very new, so it's hard to say. Super new. What did you do? Drop 50%. All right. A little bit of a toss and turn there. This one's not easy. Down. You're at 81 cents basically right now. We'll see you at 76.5 to 67.5, somewhere around there. 76 to 67, yeah. And then find support and then continue to move up. KARRAT. This is on the daily, so that probably happens over the coming days and weeks. You could find your low today, tomorrow, the next day. Maybe it's in 6 days from now, but relatively soon I would expect you to find your low and then you move up higher. You could just find it today right there and then move. I mean, it depends. Probably not even multiple weeks. Just like days to a week or so. KARRAT. Down and then up. Very new chart though, so don't hold it against me if I'm wrong. ORCA. ORCA. This is one that I meant to invest in a while ago, but I just never did. It wasn't put on my radar really until, I mean, it might have actually been during this rally. At some point. I want to say it was October. It might have actually been like right in the beginning of this rally. Yeah. But I never got into it. I wrote it down on my sticky note and everything, man, and I never got into it. ORCA from that's not, we don't want that. Come on now. There we go. Beautiful move, man. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't hold support on your 1618. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's just 2618 resistance to 1618 support is a pretty common thing. Rejected your 2272, potentially looking to find support on your 1272, maybe. Daily RSI looks constructive. Not really. I think you do go down more. ORCA, I think you do. I think you go down to your 1272 to about $2, 195, somewhere in there, find support, and then move up. That'll probably happen over the coming days to like a week, 2 weeks at the most. It's going to happen soon. You probably move a little bit lower, and then that's it. I don't think it's bad if you move lower. That's okay. You're coming to the end of this consolidation that you've been in. It's been since December of 2023 that you've been moving down. You're very near the end of it, okay? June, you'll probably start moving back up, if not even July. By the end of the year, I would expect you're back above $5.80. You're at $2.37 now. But for now, down is what I think. Probably just below, if not right at $2. That's ORCA. For user PN, RNDR, render for young Dade H as well, or Dead H. I think I just say young Dade H. But render, this is a coin a family friend of mine actually was interested in buying. Classic story, man. Like, let's see. Asking me about it back here, and I said, yeah, it looks good. And then I asked him about it, you know, up here, and he said, no, I never bought it. And it's just classic, man. It's classic. Like, we want to put money into things. We want to invest, right? We know it's a good idea, or at least we believe it. And we just sleep on it. We're hesitant. Like, there's emotion when it comes to buying. There's emotion when it comes to selling, and sometimes that emotion prevents you from pulling the trigger. And that's not good either. When I say don't act on emotion, you guys, when I say don't act on emotion, that works for not acting too. Like, if you are hesitant to pull the trigger because of your emotions, you're acting on your emotions still, you know. It's less risky. It's a lot less risky than pulling the trigger while you're being emotional. But you're always going to be emotional, even if you're thinking about buying this coin at the right price. It's the people buying here, however much they bought, unless it was like $100. I would assume if you're buying with money that actually matters, that you care about, there will be emotion in that. But if you're calculated, if in your brain, in your heart, in your mind, you feel like this is the right place, or even if it's not and you're wrong, you're sound in your game plan and how to execute it. You're not going to sell down here. You'll just buy more, or you'll wait till it comes back up. Either way, if you can be unfazed by the downside, even if you are emotional and putting in money that matters to you here, you can make the right decision for yourself because you have the game plan to execute it, right? And you're not letting emotion control you by preventing you from buying it, right? So I just got off on a whole tangent there, but emotion plays both ways. Oftentimes we think of emotion as something that makes us do irrational decisions. and that they're the wrong decisions, obviously. But sometimes emotion can make us just kind of deer in the headlights, just stay still and not do anything, and that's not good either, right? Sometimes you need to look past your own emotions to make the best decision for yourself. But I got off on a whole tangent there for no reason. My nose is really itchy. I don't know why. But low to high, yes, probably you're going to go down a little bit, probably. The weekly RSI doesn't look bad. Daily RSI doesn't look bad either. I just don't like what you're doing with the price relative to the fibs here. Let's say $8.40 to $8.10. You're at $9.98 now, so you're probably going to go down there, find some support, a higher low relatively speaking, and then move up. But down for now over the coming days to coming weeks. That's my thought. Yeah, down for now. Render. Andy for Kevin's. Andy token. Is that the right one? I feel like I've done this before and that wasn't the right one, but maybe it was. I think this is the right one. I would bet this is the right one. So we're going to do Andy for Kevin's here. Yes. High to low. We'll see you at 30216. You're at 30146. We'll see you at 30216 to 30334. Looking good. Moving up, Andy. Moving on up. You'll make regional manager yet of Dunder Mifflin. GALA Games. GALA, whatever. Looking good, looking good. I like it. Yes, you look great. Beautiful. Moving up higher. Over the weeks and months, you'll be moving up higher. Over the days, too. But next target area to look forward to get excited for over the coming weeks is probably about 6 cents, 6.5 cents. And then over the coming months, 11 to 15, 16 cents, beyond that even. Yeah, looking good, man. I genuinely think you're at the forefront, right? Like how this was down here, and then you moved up and did that. You're in like the same kind of scenario, right? You just look at that, beautiful. Moving up to your extended area. I don't know. It makes sense to me, man. Yep. Probably sometime in June or maybe even in July that you'd be up in this area, that you find your next high. It's going to be a good month, June. June's going to be a good month, that's for sure. GALA looking good, looking like it wants to move up. If it moves down from here, very small, very, very small amounts, I would think. Nakamoto Games on KuCoin. Lower lows with higher lows. I like it. Where are you? Fine. Daily RSI is fine, but weak. Bearish posturing. Weird price. It's definitely doing weird things in the price. If you go lower, you're at $1.41. I don't think you go below $1.19. I think your next move is up to about $4.53. Over the weeks, over the months, over the days, you might move down. You might move down a little bit. Not really confident in that, but everything else is suggesting you would. So let's say you move down to about $1.18, $1.19, somewhere around there. I don't think you go below that, though. And if you do, it's like this, barely. But yeah, hold that line and then up from there. Nakamoto probably going down over the coming days. AXL, let's finish this up. AXL, USD. You guys hit that like button and subscribe. It's been a long one. 33 altcoin requests and a handful of tangents that we went off on. Hit that like button and subscribe. I very much do appreciate all of you for being here, man. The channel's growing slowly but surely. You know, it's funny. In times of immense excitement, the channel grows a lot more. In times where it's been boring, not so much, but I think we're at the forefront of some excitement to happen. So it'd be cool, man. Maybe I could break 10K by the end of June, 10K subscribers by the end of June, you guys. If not, by the end of summer, I think we got it in the bag. But I think I hit 6.6 today. Let me check, actually. Curious. Can I find it? Yep, we broke it. We broke it today. That's awesome. AXL. For Robert McCormick. I don't like it. It looks bad. It might be the worst chart that we've looked at so far, other than the ones that were obvious scams and low liquidity projects that you just shouldn't be a part of. This one makes me think you are going down to about 71 cents to 61 cents, somewhere in that area. Down you go. Over the coming days, sometime in June, that's where you're going, down. So that's that. As far as which one's the best out of here, you guys, if you like the video, hit that like button and subscribe. We're at the end of it now, but I will announce the winner. To me, the one that stood out the most for the potential most gains in the shortest amount of time. Oh man, Fetch.ai is an honorable mention with Unlawful Law. SwiftCoin with Cinemex looks pretty damn good. JASMY also looks good. See, the thing is JASMY is the one that I'm like the most sure of is going to move up the most in the shortest amount of time. But I think for their moves, SwiftCoin and Fetch might take the pie. I'm going to give it... I think so. I think Fetch.ai. Unlawful Law, congratulations, you're the winner. Fetch.ai has my vote of confidence. If I was trying to trade, that would be the one that I think will make the most money in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of risk. So that's the one that I'm going with. But I do bet, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next like 2 weeks, JASMY actually outperforms all those. But maybe over the next 2 months, Fetch is the one that does it. But Cinemex, very close call there. Medialdea, very close as well. But I like Fetch.ai a little bit more, so that's that. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Got the music back. There we go.